Our True History card game is now complete. You can actually buy it from eBay or the website. The website is ourtruehistory.co.uk, and just click on card games. If you scroll down, you'll see a instructional video. Not that you need it, because the game is very simple. You have attack strengths and weaknesses, defense strengths, and you choose who you want to attack if you're playing with more than 2 players. So it's a really straightforward game, but there is instructions there should you use it. Now, there's also a link here if you want to go to eBay. You can obviously search Our True History card game on eBay, or you can just click this link. This is a UK eBay, so it means they don't allow to buy from outside of the UK. However, if you do want to buy it from outside of the UK, you can actually buy it from the website ourtruehistory.co.uk. And once you add it to cart, if you use the code aliens, so up here you go to view item, view cart, and then you'll see I've already added the word. So there's a bit here that says use coupon. If you add the word aliens, you get £2 off, and then you can buy it from there. So I hope will enjoy the game, and thank you for taking the time. Breaking news, you heard it here first. So we all know about the light beams that UFOs use to take up people and cattle into their craft. Well, the breaking news is scientists have actually now created a light particle system that can actually hold something in place and move it, and that's called optical tweezers. So all right, it's only an atom at the moment, but down the line they expect to be able to do surgeries where you can actually go inside a body without actually even going inside a body. Now, if anyone that's done any research on UFOs know that when they heal people, aliens, they use a light beam. So we're now getting to their technology of actually healing people using light. Now, going back to this, obviously, if we can now manipulate, eventually down the line, we will be able to lift things up. Right, this is going to be fun for you guys. This is classed as a solar ship in Egypt, and recently they've almost finished assembling a second solar ship that they've found in Egypt, and these are dated 4,500 years ago. Just read this. So it says here that the pharaoh, which was Khufu, they believe, used the actual craft himself. Now, this, bear in mind, solar ship, solar means sun, pretty much. So let's have a look what Google says. That Ra, now Ra was Marduk, who was an Anunnaki that travelled in spaceships. So Ra's solar boat, ship, was called a solar bark, however you pronounce that. But they show a picture of the normal boat. So in other words, this is a normal boat. Ra's ship that flies in space and across the air is the solar ship. Boat. If you believe in the dates that the mainstream give us about our ancient history, then feel free to move on. But if you're open to suggestion, these are my, after 40 odd years of research, these are the dates that I've concluded. So Eridu, official date 5,400. Really, it was 450,000 years ago. So I'm just going to let you read it here yourself. Abzu with the Anunnaki, no such thing in mainstream, but of course there was 449 or say 450,000 years ago. Humans, 200,000 years ago from the official date, and correct, that's what I got. The list goes on. I'm going to run out of time, but I am actually doing a whole map of where everyone went, where all the Anunnaki went, and what times, etc., etc. So hopefully this has given you some indication of. I'll be putting this on my Patreon page if anyone's interested. Were the Anunnaki really the gods of ancient Egypt and Rome, etc.? Let's have a look. So here's a map showing that Egypt, which is where the Anunnaki were at one point in time, and go across, and you'll see that's where Mesopotamia was. There's Sumer. And later on in times, this map showing 1450 BC, we had the Babylonians, the Assyrians. There's Nineveh, which is where the Library of Nineveh, which is where Zechariah Sitchin got some of his information from stone tablets from. But if you go back here, you look, there's Crete. So let's just have a look over here And there's Egypt, which is where the Anunnaki were as well, and Iraq, which is Mesopotamia. And look, there's a hop, skip and a jump to Greece and then Rome. So where we've got the Anunnaki showing up in those locations, they didn't show up so much there or there, but they did there, and it makes sense because it's all localized to where they would go. And it's nice weather. Who's lying, me or the mainstream? So my dates for the ancient history, floods, pyramids, etc., seem to be mostly different from mainstream. So people was asking me, well, why is yours different? And that's because I actually go by the ancient texts. Now, these ancient texts were mainly found in the Library of Nineveh. Obviously, there's loads that was found scattered all over the place as well. But basically, they talk about the dates. So the dates are referred to originally as shars, and then about 10,000 years ago, it turned into human years that we're aware of now. So we know a shar is 3,600 years. So when these tablets, which even the British Museum has, they even have the Noah's Ark tablet, which reads just like Sitchin's book, Lost Book of Enki. So we can actually date things, and that's how I did it. I was doing a live chat last night, and a numpty says, there's no such thing, you're lying, blah, blah, blah. And I was talking about Sumerian information, basically the Anunnaki. And so I sort of then said, hey, numpty, there is such a thing as all these tablets. And then numpty said that they're basically fake. So I just thought I'd point out that there's a particular part on the britishmuseum.org where you can actually type in collections. And if you type in, for example, the word Enki, which is an Anunnaki person, you will actually come up with their cylinder seals and where they're from, etc. And then you can look more into detail in them. Same goes for Marduk, who was an Anunnaki as well. So in other words, the British Museum actually has the information that I'm talking about and that Zachariah Sitchin spoke about. So when someone says to me, they're not real, just go to the British Museum.